Hello, good people. How you doing? Welcome to Stock with Larry Jones. If you're new to the page, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. Make sure you check all. If you've been a family member for a while, go ahead and hit the like button. It helps to keep me alive. Real briefly, I want to tell you about Webull. They do now have fractional shares available for everyone. So if you want $10 worth of Tesla, you can just buy $10 worth of Tesla, right? And you don't have to have the whatever it is, 600 and whatever it is today, $650. But I also want to tell you that if you use my link below, because it does help the page out, you literally can deposit as little as $5 right now. That is going away on the 20th. So take advantage of it right now. And you're going to get more than that in free stock. You're going to get free stock worth up to $2,300. Okay. But remember, that ends on the 20th. So I don't care if you have 2 or 3 other apps. Just go ahead and download it. Let's get right into it, good people. The stock market. Let's have a heart-to-heart talk about the stock market and what's going on. I don't like what the stock market is doing right now. I'm going to look you in the eye and tell you I'm not crazy about it. All right. Now I'm going to chop this video up because I have a lot of points I want to cover. So you're just going to see it really choppy today. But I just want to hit you with a lot of information, and you can go back and rewind if you want to. All right. First, let's talk about how people are losing their minds, right? Everybody's losing their minds about the stock market. I made a previous video just stating that I sleep well, not worrying about the stock market because I have my stop losses in place, because I do proper profit taking when it's time to do profit taking, and because my portfolio is diversified. I'm not all in one sector. You're going to see a ton of commercials about survival foods, shelters, underground bunkers. Watch, just mark my word. You're going to be seeing all of this. You can live in your basement, dry water that's going to last for 6 months. People are going to play on your fears. Mark my word. It's going to drive you crazy. And you're going to wonder why there's an uptick. And this is why. Whenever there's uncertainty, a lot of FUD comes into play. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And people try to make money off of it. So here are some of the things that are concerning me, right? The stock market continues to hit all-time highs, week over week over week over week. But now the Russell and the NASDAQ, they've been giving it back the last week. It's just been a downward trend. Another thing, most of the stimulus money is running out. The checks are going to be running out. And we all know that the stimulus money has been helping to prop up the stock market, all of that spending, right? Retail, right? And a lot of people opened up a lot of new accounts. We had a record-breaking year for new brokerage accounts. A lot of that money came from stimulus money, all right? The Feds kept printing money, basing it on nothing, but we need more money. And then we just start printing. And, there's a bill to pay. Unemployment is going to soon run out, right? And inflation is running really hot. And then what's going to come behind that? Higher interest rates. A company can have great earnings reports, beat out all expectations, and the stock doesn't move. Even worse, it actually drops. All of that put together doesn't worry me as much as panic selling. The consumer. There's a volatility index that measures it, and it's green right now. It's the market is like the drunk uncle, the one that comes to the picnic. We all know, I've said it before. He comes to the picnic. He has his little flask hidden under the table, and he starts drinking, right? First, he cool. He loving everybody. And then he cursing everybody out. Your mama, your mama, your mama, your mama. You ugly. I never liked you. And your wife is ugly. He's cursing everybody out. Then 5 minutes after that, he crying. 5 minutes after that, he hugging and apologizing. You don't know where he's coming from. That's what the stock market is doing right now, good people. And so I just learned over a period of time that when all of these things are starting to line up, I do get on edge. I do get uneasy. But what makes me the most uneasy out of all of these things that I'm sitting back going, is what people are going to do. How are the masses going to react? Are they going to panic sell? Because panic selling will cause a market crash. It will. It will. If everybody sold their stock tomorrow, watch what happens to the market. And so that's one of the key indicators that worries me the most, because of all of this fear that everybody keeps on putting out into the market. So I tell you, one of the things that I do and one of the things that I did today, what I did is, it's a principle that I call building a new boat while the boat you're on is sinking. It's better to start building a new boat before your boat starts sinking. I want to tell you guys that generally when there's a market crash, it doesn't happen when people think it is, right? We literally can go the rest of this year and not have a market crash. Now, I do believe that there's a pullback. I believe the pullback is happening right now, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people are speaking differently. Oh, nothing's wrong. I'm not going to say nothing's wrong. But what I am going to say, just be prepared. And there's things that you could do to be prepared. So I'm going to tell you a few steps that I did tonight. Now, one of the things that I'm going to tell you is what I'm going to say does not affect AMC. That's a movement. I'm still at 8, not touching the share. You do you, I'm doing me, right? This does not affect my $5 a day or your dollar cost averaging. It does not break that up. That's one of the things you continue through. Stock market always has a bull run. There's always a crash, right? And a crash generally is 10 to 12 years. There's always some sort of market crash. So we don't know. Corrections come all the time. And so no one knows the day nor the hour, right? Even now, as hot as things are running, we could go green all year, and we can finish 2022 first quarter and still don't have a crash. So I want you guys to know that. Think about this. If you would have bought at the bottom of the crash of 2020, you still be green. Even if another crash comes, you pretty much will be okay, because remember, the lower you buy a stock, the better you are on it. All right? Or with it. So I'm talking to stock. I'm not talking to swing traders. I'm talking about stocks as it pertains to investments. Okay? And so I'm going to be dealing with different sectors. I want to just start talking about high growth stocks. So let's just start with EVs. All right? So I have a long position with EVs that I'm not touching. You know, I have some charge point that I got, $10 less. And I'm holding that. I'm not touching that until 2025. But in another portfolio, in another trading app, I have some more charge point that I bought at $20, right? And then it went up to $25. And when it hit the $25, I actually did a little profit taking. Okay. And so I also have some NEO that I have got really cheap that I bought last year. But then I also, in another portfolio, that now this is not my high growth portfolio, I have some NEO that I bought. My average was around $39. Write down some stock that you would buy if the market does go through a correction or a crash. Write down how much money you need to buy the amount of stock that you would love to purchase. And so if something does happen like that, I'm going to be going shopping, and I'm going to be buying everything on sale. And I'm going to lower the price of my buy-in. So now, if charge point gets under $19, then I'm going to buy some shares. If Tesla goes back to 585, I'm going to buy some more Tesla. You know, I have it, Ford, I have GM, I have NEO. If NEO gets back to $37, if it drops down to $37, $38 even, then I might buy some more NEO. So I'm going to buy back in. I did some profit taking. And if it continues to drop, which NEO has been dropping, and I believe, me personally, I believe NEO is going to cool off to around the $38, crash or not. I believe that NEO is going to cool off to around a $38 price range. Then I'm going to buy some more. Now remember, this is not in my high growth portfolio where I have NEO at, and my purchase price is much lower. I'm not touching that through crash or correction or whatever. But in my swing trading portfolio, these are some of the things that I want you guys to look at. All right. Then what I want you to do is not operate in fear. I want you to start cashing up. So when you sell some of that stock and you do some profit taking, then you keep that cash available and ready. And then what's going to start happening is you're going to start adding more and more to that cash. And that's what I've been doing here in the last week, to be honest with you. And then if something does happen, now I have cash available. Now, the dips that's happening right now, I'm going to tell you again, I'm not your financial advisor, but the dips that's happening right now, I currently don't think they're enough. So I'm not yelling, buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips right now. I don't think it's through dipping. So I'm going to just tell you the truth. I don't think it's through dipping. I know a lot of people are saying, hey, this is in a buy range. This is in a buy range. I don't think it is yet. All right. I think it's going to come down a little more. And while things are still kind of shaky, I'm just going to ride it. All right, good people. I'm going to leave it right there. Support the channel by downloading my link. Deposit the $5 right now and get that going. You don't want to miss out on this. I don't care how many. Remember, you could do pre-market trading and post-market trading with Webull and fractional shares. So that's a no-brainer. Also, too, I'm going to leave a link to my Instagram. A lot of you guys came over and said, what's up on my Instagram? I mean, it was my personal page and, you know, I didn't have any stock stuff up yet. So just go ahead and subscribe, and I'm going to be doing more inspirational things over there. All right, good people. We'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.